Hello, Princess Casserole here, and I am here with, I'm going to be opening up my auction winnings, and I'm also here with a special guest, James the Antique Man from Facebook mostly, but I know you also have a YouTube channel. So most of these people probably know who I am. I'm Princess Casserole, and I do a lot of jewelry jar unjarrings and my thrift hauls with jewelry. But I also do Pyrex and different glassware. I have a set of vintage Mikasa, so purses, accessories, all kinds of things I am into and do on my channel. So tell us a little bit about yourself, James.
Okay, well, my name is James Getz. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa. I have the James Antique Man page on Facebook if you go on Facebook and you look it up, you will find that it is our main page for the Antique Live chat that we have every Saturday night and Monday night. And Saturday night we have it at 7 p.m. Central, so that would be 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. I really don't say Mountain Time. I don't know why. But Monday night is 7:30. Let's get it right. 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern, and 5:30 Pacific. So we do a live stream twice a week. Averages 3 to 4 hours. We talk.
You've done special shows on different days, right?
Right. We're doing the jewelry auction now that you were part of. That was our first official full jewelry auction. It was more of a test. We're going to have one this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you're part of the James Antique Man page, you can view it from there. Also, I'll share it to a couple of other groups, but that is the main place that you can view it.
And I'll put your link after we're off. If you go back in, I'll put your link at the bottom
So
in the
we
description.
we've been doing this ever since probably last September.
Hmm.
It varies in size from about sometimes 25 people all the way up to 50. So we have quite a following. It just varies on, who's available. We have a lot of people that just jump on for maybe an hour, and so we have quite a few views. Usually 1,500 to 2,000 views. So it's a lot of fun. We do challenges on Monday nights where people have the opportunity to share like their favorite antiques in a certain subject, and we have contests. We also do our shopping challenges where you have so much money, you're allowed to go one place and see who gets the best buys. So that's
No,
just a
so
little bit of
you don't wait until people sell it to see how much they sold it for.
right. See, that's what it's just a buying thing. And basically what we do is we give them a week to go out and buy, and then they have to take a picture of what they buy, and then we share it on the live stream, and we figure out what everything's worth, and whoever does the best job is kind of the winner. And it's not really, it's more bragging rights, and nobody really gets anything. It's just for fun.
That's actually a lot of fun because I know sometimes when people do that, they do it by who sells it or how much it sells for. So not everybody that likes antiques and vintage is a reseller.
Yeah, it's not as much about the selling. It's more of this was more of the buying, and the other challenges are just more of things that people own, and we have fun. It's like the next one is our photography challenge that I think will be, um, the 9th, if that's right. I think it'd be the 9th. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. So the 9th will be our next challenge, and that'll be the photography challenge.
And what does that mean? Like finding a picture, finding a camera?
Right, right. It's open to anything vintage, photography wise. It could be a camera. It could be anything to do with developing stuff. It could be an old photograph. So it's a huge category, and that's what I like to work with when we do this, because it makes it easier. You know, our last one was a tool challenge that was a little not as popular, but things like this, we can run the whole live stream and basically do just the challenge.
It's nice too, because I like how interactive it is. People just message you and it's kind of instantaneous that you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. We have a lot of interaction. We have a lot of new people that come in. The live stream is more of an average lately. It's been about 20 to 25 people. So this summer, we're going to go on the road. We're going to go to New York City. We're going to do some mobile live streams in between. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So that's actually can bring us to what I'm going to unbox, right? Why don't you tell us what this was for?
Okay, this is for the traveling fund. We're doing these jewelry auctions every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. And this money goes towards my traveling fund to go to New York City this summer, late June, early July, probably. So it's going to be basically a combo. I'm probably going to take like the mega bus from here to Chicago, be in Chicago, overnight, maybe an extra day. Would love to hit a Cubs game, maybe. So I'll live stream there from my phone. And then either a friend is going to pick me up that's from Ohio, or I might just take the train there. And then I will meet up with her, and I'm going to be staying at these people's houses. So it means it's going to be really cost effective.
So you're like couch surfing, basically.
Kind of, but with friends. So we're going to go to New York State. My other friend that's in New York, then we're going to stay with her, both of us, for a couple of days. We're going to go to New York City. We're going to check out like Greenwich Village, Times Square, all the antique shops, like the high-end stuff that I've never been to. We just don't have that kind of stuff around here. And check out some of the thrift stores, do another live stream, and then we haven't figured what we're going to do on the way back yet. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Ohio and then just catch a plane, or if I'll go somewhere else, or maybe go back to Chicago. We'll just see.
Sounds like fun. I can't wait to see your live broadcasts as you travel.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And there'll be, short little live streams. There might be one. There might be several, each day. Just little, maybe 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. So it's not going to be anything like what we normally do, the 4-hour. And
yeah, I don't know how you do it, because even just doing it an hour, my throat ends up hurting from talking that much.
I guess, part of it, we started out about 2 hours. It's kind of evolved into, better quality equipment. Definitely I have lights shining on me. You wouldn't see me without the lights. I mean, that's the most important thing when it comes to live stream. So, yeah. And sometimes, there are times that, maybe halfway through I do get a little tired, but then I catch my wind. So I don't know. It's just the way it goes.
So I'm going to actually open this because I think I have some viewers, especially Angie. I think she might really like some of these. So the people who have come in our chat, hi Carol, hi September Gal, I love your name, and Miss DJ, who is from Ohio.
How many people do we have in the live stream right now?
21 it says.
Wow. Is that more than average?
You know, I just realized how to tell, so I never look.
Cool. And if you're from my group, I can't see any of the comments or anything, but please
Oh,
comment.
you didn't pop out the chat in the YouTube?
I didn't see the option.
Yeah, or you can open, like I said, you can open on your phone too. That's what I do a lot of times. So these are two things that I bid on. Two things that, one actually I kind of needed. Well, I don't know if need is really the word, but one thing I've always kind of wanted. So when I saw that you had it, I was kind of excited.
Now, my question is, how did you get involved with the live stream?
I did videos first, and actually,
I'm talking, well, about yours, but what about mine? How did we contact each other?
You know, I think because I'm a member of several jewelry groups, and I think somebody had linked it in one of the jewelry groups that I was in.
Oh, okay.
So
cool. Go ahead and open it.
Hi, Darlene. So this one is a fur clip, and I'm going to do a video on the difference between fur clips, shoe clips. I have some Hillcraft earrings that I see people on the jewelry groups all the time argue that they're not actually earrings, but they're earrings. So I wanted to do a video on the difference, and I didn't have a fur clip to do it with.
Your first fur clip?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I find a lot of vintage things, but I just never find a fur clip. And I do have a fur collar that I need the clip for. So
I'm not for sure if the double wire prong means that it's, you know, just that they don't make another style of clip. But that is basically the typical style of clip for fur.
It's very pretty. And there aren't really many dead stones or anything in here either.
A really nice piece. I think you got it at a really good price.
Yeah, so it's very pretty.
Yeah, I wish the live stream would do more justice.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Well, you know, it's lighting too, right? Like us.
Lighting has a lot to do with it, I think.
Sparkles a little bit more here.
It's just a really nice fur clip.
Yeah, I love this.
Pretty old too, I think.
Hey, Barb. Barb's here. Debbie. Nikki. So I don't know if any of them have seen or heard about you either. Like I said, I just happened to see it on Facebook. Somebody posted it. In Vintage Discovery. She gets she's from Long Island, so she's not very far from where you'll be going.
Yeah, so I have friends. Oh, yeah, you got to show that.
So I think everyone's going to love this. I wanted one of these before, these Selro bracelets. And it's this guy that I like.
Yeah, that's what's part of it that makes it really special.
Yeah, so I'm going to lock on myself real quick so everyone can see it. So there are 4 really big charms on here.
That looks good.
The camera really likes this piece.
That's beautiful. Really nice. Loves it.
So, and it's got the toggle clasp, which, you know, I've been looking at them before. They all have like the big toggle clasps, all these Selro bracelets.
To be honest, that's the only piece of Selro that I've ever had. And
I've only looked them up.
Yeah, this is the only piece that I ever had. And this is a piece I had for a while. I had it posted for sale on, you know, my timeline is basically where I sell most of my stuff because I have over 1,000 friends, and a lot of them are antique related. A lot are from our live stream. So I decided to put this in the auction, you know, at a lower price. This is an expensive bracelet. These are really expensive. I mean, these can go from anywhere from $75 to $150, to be honest. These are really, really very highly collectible.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place in price.
They are. They are. Yeah. But
And this one's interesting because some of them have more charms and they're a little spread out. And this one has the four and they're all together.
right.
But they're really neat. Like this one is meant to look like that, I think Peking glass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the face. And this one's prettier in person than it looked on your live stream.
You know, that one is more like a watch fob end.
Yeah, it's really
Like what a
cool.
watch fob piece would look like, kind of like. So yeah, really, really neat piece.
I was happy to get this.
Don't know if I'll ever see another piece like it.
Yeah, I have never seen anything like this in person, really. I think I've only ever seen them on my jewelry groups. Yeah, the faces with the earrings. So I'd love to find something like that for the earrings too. How awesome would those be? I'd totally wear those.
Yes, and you know, you could take those off and make earrings and just put them back on easily.
Yeah.
You could, like, you know, those. I'm sure all those jump rings are removable.
Yeah, I love it. So you're doing another one this Tuesday. Did you bring anything to
Yes. This is a beautiful piece. I really like it.
Angie said, Carla, I think James is going to want that bracelet back. I bought it. I bought it from him. So he let it go.
You know, my thing is, once I sell it, it's gone. You know, I'm a guy, I don't wear jewelry much. I have my ring. I have this one ring that I wear all the time. But, you know, jewelry's always been my biggest thing. So the next auction, we got this big. You know, there's been a lot of discussion over this clip. That is it a shoe clip? Is it a dress clip? You know, this is a big piece. This is over 3 inches long. It's got the clip on the back, and you know, really, I really think it's a dress clip.
Those are normally dress clips.
I could not see this on a shoe. You know, think of how huge this would be. And most of the time, the shoe clips are come in twos. This piece, all of these beads and all the covering with it, the little areas are plastic. And the rest of it is either, I think, enamel. So this is a beautiful piece.
So maybe it was just because, you know, sometimes the dress clips, there are two of them. Maybe it's just one big one to go in like a V neck.
I just don't know. And, you know, I had a lot of friends and they said, well, what about the, you know, in the center? It's like they didn't have the low cut dresses like they do now. You know, it wouldn't have affected really, you know, if you put it, you know, it would have been up high still because, you know, some of the, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so that's one piece. And I've had that piece for a long time. And I think it's just time to move it.
Yeah. Angie thinks it's a dress clip too. So that's where my vote would go. And it does look very Eastery. Angie says it looks like it should go in our Easter baskets. Very, very Easter.
Well, Angie, if you want to bid on it, you know, we actually do a couple of auctions at $1 too, but this won't be $1, I'll guarantee you. But, you know, I'll start it at a reasonable price, probably somewhere maybe around 20. I don't know. We'll see. You know, it just matters how I feel. I will post all of this stuff on my page the day before so that everybody knows what I'm selling. So,
yeah, and all of your prices were very reasonable.
I think so. I try. You know, what I do is when I'm posting, I start up at a higher price, and then eventually over time I just start coming down. So basically, most of the stuff you're going to see in the auction is stuff I've had for a while. Okay, so we have this other piece, and this is like just a, what happened? Uh-oh. The pin is gone. Okay, I gotta choose another piece. Um, okay, let's do this piece.
It's because you're live. That's why. That's when everything happens.
Isn't that when things happen? I've had that piece, I don't have a real well organized place for my jewelry, to be honest, and it very easily could have got broken off, which it looks like it did, and it's just a beautiful piece, but now it's a piece of junk.
Well,
Okay, so let's go. We're gonna go with this Worcester pin. And this is just really a beautiful piece. This is pretty old. It's got the old C clasp on the back.
oh,
So
cool.
age-wise, what, early 1900s probably, maybe. I
That's
don't.
really neat. The back looks like, the markings for a
It
plate or
is.
something.
It's marked. It says Royal Worcester, made in England. So it's a neat piece,
Yeah,
and
it's
it is
beautiful.
it is porcelain.
Looks hand painted.
I don't know if it's painted or if it's a transfer. Probably is a transfer like they do on the plates, to be honest. Let's do it well, I think that's the right way. So this will be another piece, and I've loved this piece and I've had it a long time. So I just picked it out of my jewelry, and we'll usually do about probably 10, at least 10 pieces, a couple of dollar pieces too that I've probably some new stuff that I never really put on. So we try to do a couple of, you know, special things. So and eventually I might even put in a couple of things for the guys that's not jewelry related, because I collect marbles and like vintage toys. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the dollar items in between too, because that's nice if you get something else and you can combine it and get it together. Like I got these two together.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll combine ship everything. I need to get a skills. I need to get a shipping skills because one item, usually one item's about 350 to ship if it's a small item. But when you start combining things, you don't really know for sure what it is unless you have a skills. So I need to get a digital skills. I mean, and I should have had one a long time ago.
I have one. My husband bought me one.
Nice.
So he bought me that before I even started selling as a push to get me to sell all of my, not all of my stuff, but I have a lot of things.
Now, where are you selling?
Um, I'm going to be doing a video, but I finally just opened up my Etsy store. It's Princess Casserole US. I only have 5 items on there right now, so I am trying to build it up. But, it's kind of difficult doing the pricing and all the
It is.
descriptions and keywords and things,
Yes.
and I don't want to just throw it on there, so
Yeah, on my basically I post everything pretty much on my timeline, so you have to be a friend to see my stuff, but and you kind of have to search down through the timeline because I'm posting other stuff, but I repost. So, and then we have a group, James Antique Man and Friends, which is a selling group also where I'll post, and you know, um, so I, I cross post into some of the other groups on Facebook, like Marketplace, but I don't do much eBay or Etsy.
Vicky says she loves marbles.
Oh, yeah, I love marbles. We'll be having our marble show here May 28th through I think June 5th or something like that, and they call it the biggest marble show in the United States. Now, if it is or not, I don't know. So that'll be, about a month before we go out on traveling.
I started like trying to collect marbles, and it is just it's hard to know if you have something good or not. So I just ended up putting them in a bubble gum thing with the globe, and it's just a decoration now.
Yeah, I had a shop for 5 years from 2000 to 2005, and that's when I was heavily doing eBay when it was earlier. And so I got into the marbles and I kind of got out of it, but now I'm back into it. But I only collect one company, which is the Peltier Company. And so everything else is for sale, basically. And some of it I'll probably wait for the show when it gets here to do some trading.
So Vicky said, beware of that pin. They're cutting up old plates and making pins out of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is probably similar to, I just actually got a pair of earrings and I love them, but they're from sea pottery. Well, lake pottery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to be really careful on jewelry. You can be really confused really easy. So the vintage stuff, and I know some people are kind of calling the 80s vintage too. I guess it matters on the designer and the quality, who is, you know, where do you start? So,
Yeah.
average at least 70s and older.
I
So,
consider 80s vintage. I don't know, it's something that to me is so different. Like the good, you know, the colors, the fuchsias and the geometric patterns that, it's so different from what we have today. So,
well, it's been actually so long, I haven't really heavily been selling that much until last fall, not too far before Christmas, like in November. I would sell in the shop where I work, which is Raccoon Forks Trading Company. If you ever get to Des Moines, Iowa, we have a fun place. It's a great place to work. Been with them a long time, and we're in an old horse stable.
oh, that's fun.
We have a little restaurant called Railroad Bills. So it's just a lot of fun. So I'm a dealer in there too, and I've always done a lot of jewelry. But once I started the live stream and I started thinking of traveling, it's like, well, I have to fund it. I have to make
Yeah.
money so I can go on the trip. So this is how I've done it. I've been able to save over $1,000 so far.
And Vintage Discoveries brought up retro, which I actually never used the word retro.
I do more mid-century, mid-mod. I don't use really retro that much, so I got a couple of I just put on a couple of plastic mid-mod
Yeah.
rings.
Thelma says vintage is 20 years, which is what I've always gone by too, but some people think it's a lot farther. So it just seems to be something that people don't really agree on, vintage, retro. But at least antique is over 100 years. Everyone seems to agree on that.
They say antique is 100 years, but it has changed. I mean, a lot of people are calling stuff antique that really isn't, but you have to remember that a lot of the antique stuff today that's 100 years old is copy of stuff that's older than that.
Yeah, so then you get into the vintage revival or the retro revival.
Right. So some antiques that are turn of the century or even Art Nouveau are reproductions of maybe Edwardian stuff. And it's still antique and very collectible. It's just that they were copying from somebody else, which they especially did with a lot of art glass.
I love art glass.
Art glass, they just really, it's crazy, but they did it. I'm sure they did it with jewelry too.
Now, do you have any other pieces that you're going to show? People love your pieces. They're really nice. I mean, I love my bracelet a lot. So in case anyone came late, I'll show it again. This is my new favorite bracelet.
Well, I guess I haven't even put this out yet, but we might put on this Sarah Coventry bracelet too.
Well, that's cute.
I picked up, you know, just kind of a cute little with the gold tone and stuff. And it is marked Sarah Coventry. So that piece, get the hair off of it. But
People love to get the extra hair.
so that's a piece we could put into.
So that would probably be one of the lower price ones, right?
That'll probably be start. Yeah, yeah. That's not a really. That's probably like a what, $10, $12 bracelet maybe.
Yeah, at the higher end. It's
It's,
unfortunate with Sarah Coventry, they don't really go for that much, but some of
it's
those pieces are nice.
it's very collectible right now. Sarah Coventry is one of the hotter ones. I think the mid-century.
Yeah.
Some of their stuff can go high, and I've seen some of it going. People are asking sometimes outrageous prices. But at the same time, I have people that are. I have one lady, and I'm so excited that's going to be donating me some jewelry to me to sell to for the traveling. So I'm going to have some stuff coming in the mail, some new things. So I just really haven't picked out much for the auction yet, but that's a few pieces.
Yeah, I think they're nice. Anything else you want to share with us? I think I'm gonna definitely put the link in the description because several people have asked about it.
Just you link to my James Antique Man page.
Yeah.
And then if you get in the live stream, or my name is James Getz, and it's Goetz. They'll be the same. I use a vintage face icon. It's kind of, big sideburns. But if you want to become a friend and you want to look at my stuff that I have for sale, feel welcome. Even if you comment like on the page and say, yes, I'm interested in becoming a friend, that way then you can look at what I have for sale on my timeline. And right now we're running a 15% off sale because I just had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
So yesterday,
Belated.
by a day. So yes, we're having a 15% off sale on everything. And I
That's
will
exciting.
combine ship stuff also.
Yeah, you seem to find some really unique pieces.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah, I love what I got, and I think everybody else that bid on things loved it too. You had a lot of Native American jewelry on last week's.
Yeah, yeah. That's really hard to find. I'm working with a lady right now on maybe buying some, maybe picking up some sterling Siam pieces too, which are really neat.
Yeah, I have a couple of those myself. I
It,
love those.
it's hard to find. I do have a really nice Zuni Bolo right now, which is more high end.
Hmm.
That the sterling, you won't see as much of it on the live stream, or I mean in the auctions, because of most, it's hard to find.
Yeah, I love all the pieces that you've shown. So, and eventually myself, I got some pieces from my aunt that were my grandmother's, and I'm going to do a video one day. I always say this, I'm going to do this or that, and then life happens. Um, but where I show all of my collection that I got from her. And there's a lot of fetish necklaces and some other pieces because she was Bear Clan. So a lot of them are bear themed too. She would buy everything with bears on them. So
Cool.
yeah, and I'll show pictures and everything. So
Uh-huh.
so I didn't want to make it nice, so that's why I don't want to rush through it. But I think everybody will love that one too. So
Yeah.
all right, any final words?
Just thank you for having me on your live stream with your group and stuff, and I hope that you'll check out mine, and uh I hope that some of my people have come on the live stream too because I shared it. So subscribe to Carla's page or channel, Princess Casserole.
Yep, that's me.
She has some really cool videos and stuff. You know, she goes through the jars of jewelry. I don't do that much. I'm pretty much just picking out the single items, you know, as I go. But and then you do some other stuff like your auctions and stuff. You picked up that really neat some Victorian stuff a while back. I
Yeah.
love that bar pin you picked up with the, I don't know if it's glass or if it's gemstone.
Oh yeah, maybe the eBay. That was the
Yeah,
Art
yeah,
Deco
yeah.
eBay auction that I got at a steal.
We'll have to talk about that. I like that piece. So
So
I'm always looking to trade with people, and I'm always looking to buy.
the reason why I do the jars and the bags normally is because I love vintage jewelry, and a lot of people around here, they don't want the older jewelry. So, you know, we go to the thrift stores and it's the new stuff that flies off the shelves, and I like the things like this. That's
Yeah,
what I
isn't
like.
it ridiculous the stuff that they're selling in the thrift stores that's newer, that what I consider junk. You know, it's getting hard to find the good old pieces. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that are nice still that are made, but even the nicer designer stuff isn't as well made as
Oh no, no.
some of the older stuff. So yeah, Barb wants me to put it on one of our other groups too. So I will link you everywhere.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And you know what? Maybe in the future, you can always come on and do a preview or show us some of your cool hauls too. We really love jewelry. And like I said, we do Pyrex and any kind of fun, you know, vintage things is what
Yeah.
we all love on my channel. So, all
Thank
right. Thank you,
you.
everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.